Welcome to our video bulletin for Friday the 21st of May. I'm standing in a part of the building probably most of you haven't been into, possibly not even aware of it, and that's the office we allocate to one of the assistant clergy at St Nick's. I'm looking ahead now, of course, to the next occupant, the Reverend Tabitha Rao, who'll be joining us as associate priest, and she'll be licensed by the Bishop of Warrington at Choral Evensong on Sunday the 6th of June, at which point this office will be full again. It's got the most wonderful views, which I won't show you just at the moment, but it's got a view that way out into the city. That's less exciting, and in that direction down to the river. And I can see, looking out of both windows, a lot of life going on around me. I can also hear the roadworks and other building works going on at the same time. And we know this week that the city feels as if it has opened up even more with the return of indoor hospitality and indoor meetings as well, which means that I've been able to get out and about much more and take communion to people at home and to visit people in their houses. So we know that the next step is coming. The next step of hospitality for us in church will be to have refreshments again after the service on Sunday, and we discussed that last night at our PCC meeting, and hopefully we can restore that as soon as it is allowed. Well, having a new priest to come and occupy this office makes one think of the change going on around us and the changes in personnel. We know we've got Jenny Brady, who will be ordained at the end of June, who will join us as an SSM deacon for the first year before she's ordained priest. And a number of you have asked about our parish assistant as well, Ian Grant-Funk. And Ian, we've really enjoyed getting to know the last year, and I'm delighted to say, will be staying with us for an extra 12 months. And of course that's in addition to the clergy you know well already, Father Bill, Reverend Michelle, and of course me, and our other colleagues, Father Yazid and Father Ray, are very much part of the team. So we will be a very strong team by the end of June, and that means that we can look to use our resources to help others. And in the next few months we'll be giving a lot more assistance to St Athanasius in Kirkdale, a neighbouring parish. It's been without a priest for some time, and we'll be working with them and devoting a bit of time with the extra clergy that we've got to look at their mission and ministry and help them prepare themselves for the coming years. So although you won't notice much difference on Sundays, you'll know that we're also supporting elsewhere in our deanery. And we will also be having some new officers. We elected them last night at PCC, and this week in our Meet the Congregation slot, Ian's been talking to Sarah, who was elected last night as Deputy Church Warden.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Meet the Congregation video for this week. I'm here with a really special member of the congregation, Sarah. Hi Sarah, how are you today?
I'm fine, thanks, Ian. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And Sarah, and how are you doing on this really beautiful day?
Yes.
With some newfound freedom. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good. It's nice to be able to go and spend time indoors with people, even if it is a lovely day. So that's good. So yeah, we've been very lucky here anyway, because we're near the prom and the river, so you can get out and about. So glorious days are always particularly welcome. But yeah, it's nice that there's a bit of an easing up. Won't have to sit and huddle outside for coffee anymore. Can go indoors.
And you're a very long-standing member of the congregation. How did you first get connected to St. Nick's?
Jim used to conduct the Oriel Singers. And friends of mine sang in that, and when I met Jim, he was already going to St Nick's, so I started going to St Nick's. So yeah, been going there for a very long time. We got married there. Both of our sons were baptized there. They were servers there. So I ran Sunday school with Helen Baksh there when our boys were little. So yeah, you name it, I've probably done it at St Nick's.
I know a lady never tells, but some guesstimation of a year. I'm very curious.
What, that we went there?
Yeah, when you started.
The 80s, before you were born. Well, before you were born. So yeah,
Very
not by
nice.
just a bit, by quite a long bit. So yeah, a long time. So done quite a lot of things there with the church, parish lunches, summer fates, more latterly serving, and most recently being on the flower team.
Yeah, flower team. It's an important job.
It is, yeah.
And you are real rocks of the congregation, you and Jim. But you're going to make yourself even more indispensable very soon. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, Crispin asked me if I would think about being a deputy warden for the next year. So yeah, that's coming up in the foreseeable future. I've spoken to Eva and Pauline as to what that entails, and Peter Summerfield, because of course he's one. So yeah, just I usually turn up to things anyway, so it's probably just going to be very much the same. And now that I've retired, I've got more time, so it is actually feasible, and can do my bit in a different way.
In a different way, yeah. It's really exciting. And so what I know, so if you're a deputy warden for the first year, you are appointed and then you're elected after a year to being a full senior warden, which would happen later. But for now, you're a deputy warden. What does a deputy warden do? What does that mean?
I think it just means you help out, basically. So if one of the wardens can't be there, then you can do the things that they would do. So, at the moment, taking names of people as they come into church for, track and trace, things like that, tidying up afterwards. I think it's probably a lot of being a general dog's body sometimes, but still. But yes, it's probably going to be similar things that I've done in the past anyway. To be perfectly honest, just being there, being part of the community, showing up, helping with the cleaning, doing whatever is required, really.
And that's great. Well, thank you very much for talking to me. And to anybody out there in the congregation, now that you know Sarah, now that you have met Sarah, do feel free to speak to her. She's a great person to know. And soon as she's deputy warden, it'll be her job to speak to you. So you can look forward to that.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much, Sarah.
Okay, Ian. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, this Sunday we look forward to the Feast of Pentecost, and as those of you who've been around in previous years know, that's when we in this church like to read the passage from the Acts of the Apostles where the day of Pentecost is described in as many different languages at once. So we get this great cacophony of languages which reflects the content of the story as well. If you can offer language and I haven't already spoken to you, please do get in touch with me. Drop me an email before Sunday and we'll see what languages we've got covered. Last Sunday as well, we gave a much bigger push to our developing environmental concerns and the work we're doing with our Eco Committee, and we've been encouraging people to try reading the order of service on their phone or a tablet or some other device instead of picking up a paper order of service. Well, we're taking a leap of faith this Sunday. It seemed to go quite well last Sunday. Taking a leap of faith, and we've reduced the print run by a couple of dozen for the Sunday service. So if you are able to use a device during the service, we'll take it on trust that you're not just tweeting or playing on Facebook, but please do bring your device along, and the link to the service is on the homepage of the website. Just click, follow the links through, and you'll be able to download it. Other than that, Sunday will be the end of Eastertide. It's an important feast in the church because it's known as the church's birthday, when the Holy Spirit came down upon the apostles. And so we gather as normal at the parish Eucharist at 10 o'clock. For the time being, we're still live streaming, so whichever way you're joining us, I hope that you can be there. And whatever you're doing this weekend, have a very good few days.